What's up, Get Fit fam? It's your boy Ayindei with Authentic Alphas, coming to you with another set of tips. And it's about to be what? It's like 2:30 in the morning. It's 2:15 in the morning. It's a weekend, but I'm about to get a good hour, maybe an hour and a half of cardio in. Why? Well, if you want chicks to have maximum arousal when you about to get in that booty, when you about to dig in them buns, that's what it takes, bro. Gotta be lean. But anyway, I figured I'd do a long overdue video that I've been wanting to do for the longest. For all you dudes out there that like want girlfriends, ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, every so often, you know, I like to have a woman of my own that I could trust to whatever extent you can trust a woman. But yeah, man, just so much pessimism, is that the word? So much pessimism out there when it comes to actually having relationships. But anyhow, I was thinking to myself, man, you know, there's so many guys out here like want a girlfriend and shit, and they have no idea what to even look for. And a lot of these dudes ain't even compatible. They don't even got the characteristics that it takes to even maintain a girlfriend, healthy relationship. So it's like both parts is off. But in the manosphere, we like blaming the women, you know, boo-hoo, boo-hoo, right? When men are actually the leaders, so technically speaking, we're kind of responsible because we're supposed to be setting the trend. But anyway, the moment, I remember the moment when I realized, oh shit, these dudes don't even know what to look for. These dudes are way off. And I realized this during an episode on Fresh and Fit. And I was on there, and a young lady had asked a question. Beautiful sister too, by the way. Real classy, well-spoken, brown-skinned sister. I remember her name. Anyway, so her question was to regards of like, what's a good gift to give a dude? And I'm gonna play the clip here in a second, but when I heard the responses of the other guys, it was like at that moment it dawned on me, like people under 40, men and women, but we're focusing on the men right now, they don't even know, like they don't even know the difference between what's standard and what's considered like high value, like quality in a partner. And I realized that the bar is set so low right now that shit that's actually supposed to come standard, like that's supposed to just be what a woman is or be what a man is, isn't even in the conversation, so that now that becomes like a high valued quality that you're looking for in the other person, that makes that person like a better choice. And I'm like, wait, that doesn't, whoa, those things aren't supposed to make someone a better choice. Those are supposed to be just basic things. Like a car comes with 4 tires, like that's basic. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's check out the clip, and then we'll see where I'm going with it. But basically, I decided to just put together 10 green flags that make a woman not just a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Or I shouldn't say that. I should say basically 10 green flags to look for that differentiate, you know what I'm saying, just a female, what you should expect from a female, versus what would make her like a good girlfriend, like you know what I'm saying, like a better choice or whatever. So anyway, let's check out the clip and we'll come back and I'll tell you why I played that clip and I'll tell you where we're going. So let's do that.
Okay, so
yes, my question is, what type of gifts do you guys like from girls? Like Christmas, birthdays, what are good gifts for girls to get guys?
oh, this is perfect. Vagina, pussy.
Too easy.
All right.
Yeah, that was it. Mitch, you want to go?
Anything besides like the box is going to be more acts of service. So like things that I guess some women nowadays will call slavery, but like just cooking a man a simple meal, cleaning his crib up or something like that. Men appreciate that. So
Yeah, I would say a big mistake that women make is they think that we're the same. A lot of women think that men and women are the same, and we're very differently. We're very different in not only the way we view sex, the world, the opposite gender, how we mate select, all that other thing. But the long story short is men are not consumers like women are. Men tend to create, women tend to take. It is what it is. So men are not nearly as materialistic as women are when it comes to purchasing objects and things like that. The best thing you can provide a guy as a gift is not being a headache and providing service to him. And what I mean by that is a lot of women tend to think they're equal to their man, which they're not. And if you think that you're equal, it's just a matter of time until the relationship's going to end, because then you're going to rise to the level where you're equal. Then say, this guy's on my level, I can do better. Because women don't look for their equal, they always look for a superior. So I would say, as long as you're in that role where you are his assistant, men don't want a co-pilot, man. They want a flight attendant. You know what I'm saying? And that's not to demean the woman and say a flight attendant is bad, because last time I checked, when the plane is about to crash, the flight attendant is responsible for making sure everyone protects themselves, put their their masks on and doesn't die, whatever. And the pilot is steering to make sure the plane doesn't crash. So they work together as a team, but that doesn't necessarily mean that one is better than the other, just different roles. And I think when a woman understands her role and she services her man, that is the best gift that you can give, because that keeps on giving. We don't care about materialism most of the time. That's why on Father's Day, historically, what do people give men? Oh, a tie. I'll give you a tie, because no one knows what the hell men want. Men want peace, quiet, and bedroom fun. Very simple.
Yeah, and if you can't add value as well, like let's say your man has a business, you know what, babe, I got you. I'll do your books. I'll do phone calls. Surely that helps a lot, So
yeah.
Are you in there? This is gonna be a deep thought.
This damn microphone. For the most part, the fellas' answers, in my opinion, aren't gifts. They're givens. Those are consistent qualities that a woman should be bringing to the relationship. So I'm going to address gifts in particular. Now, if a man is successful, he's self-efficient, he's independent, there's not much in the way of a gift that you can buy him financially that's going to bring him value. Now, if you, as a woman, are very attentive, you're paying attention, you're going to see where there's a gap. You know what I mean? Like he's complaining about his neck or something, you might find just the right fucking pillow. Or he needs a particular tool for work and it's a headache to find it. You tracked it down on eBay or wherever the fuck you found somebody that has it.
Yeah.
And you can get it from them. You can sell it, ship it, whatever you got to do. So if you can provide a practical gift, something that's pragmatic, that's going to help him better himself, whatever his goal or his purpose is at that moment, if you could find just the right gift to assist him in that, it could be a $3 fucking part. But if it's a part he really needs, to put in his program, his regiment, that is what a man of purpose is going to really appreciate, because he knows that you're that extra set of eyes. That's what having a man's back really is, because he's worrying about the bigger issues constantly. He has the bigger issues weighing him down. So he'll neglect those little smaller things because he has to prioritize his time. That's where the woman comes in.
So anyway, you could tell by my answer that I was just like, what are these young boys talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? And I think it's a disjustice, because there's so many young guys out here who are already brainwashed to think like there aren't even like relationship quality females available. And it's like, yeah, there's a lot less of them, because the way our culture is just so backwards. But there's a lot of boyfriend or a lot of guys that aren't boyfriend material either. There's a lot of guys that it's like, they have no idea what, it's like, oh, hold masculine frame. There's so many dudes that don't even know what is masculine frame. And then there's so many guys complaining about the things that women aren't bringing to the table and so on and so forth. It's like, dude, wait a minute, time out. I'm not saying that the women are flawed and they don't know what the hell they're supposed to be doing. I'm saying, wait a minute, you don't even know what you're supposed to be doing, and then you don't even know how to cue the female in on what she's supposed to be doing. So, you know what I'm saying? We're off. And since the women aren't growing up with fathers in the household, it's easy for them to believe that they don't need men, because they don't even know what men bring to the table. They think all men bring to the table is money, so they're like, wait a minute, I have a job, I make my own money, so I don't need a man. It's like, that's the math that they have, and they're coming up with the wrong answer because they're plugging in the wrong variables, right? So, so also the guys don't even know what those things are they're supposed to be doing, so the guys think that they don't have any value, and the guys think, well, women don't want us, women don't need us, not realizing that, no, these women absolutely need you. They just don't know they need you because they don't even know what you bring, so they don't realize it's missing. So let's say you're raising a child in a culture where TV isn't a big thing. Like let's say the kid grows up in a house, he doesn't even have TV. That means you're not watching cartoons. That means you're not watching the cartoons, the commercials that are played during the cartoons. In those commercials, they show you toys and all kind of stuff. So that kid can't miss those toys and miss those items, because that kid doesn't even know those items exist. So I feel like that's how women are nowadays. As well as guys. I think we're both growing up not realizing that these things are even a thing. So we're not even missing them. So it's like, I don't need a woman. Yeah, but you should want a woman. It's like, I don't want a woman. Yeah, but you don't even know what women bring or what they're supposed to bring. So that's why you think you don't want one. If you knew what a woman is supposed to bring to the table, you'd want a woman. And the same thing for females. If females knew what guys actually are supposed to be bringing to the table, they would realize, oh shit, I actually do need that. So I'm gonna be giving much better examples of how guys can start learning, you know, what kind of things they should be learning, if that makes sense. You know, I can't like teach you all these things. I can't teach you how to be a man or whatever, but I can kind of like give you a heads up on what are the things you should be learning how to do. You know what I'm saying? To really maximize on your potential as a male. You know what I mean? What do you have to offer? So yeah, so just listening to those guys talk and like give all these examples of what a woman could give as a gift. I'm like, those aren't gifts. Those are givens. Like, women are already supposed to be cooking, cleaning, being submissive, right? So if you're talking about extra, we can talk about extra, but don't tell me that what's the basics is extra. That's, you know, that's crazy. So anyway, what should I do first? Should I go through my 10 things? Yeah, let me go through my 10 things first. And you know what? Just so it's not running too long and I'm not giving away too much free game all in one session here, let's just do these 10 things that I think are green flags. At least these things have worked for me. I've looked for these things and I've done, you know, I've been pretty satisfied with the girlfriends that I've had, picking them pretty much based on these 10 things or things very close and similar to that, right? So let's just get into it, get through this, and then I put aside some time to probably put together a male version of this list, which are 10 things that a guy should be bringing, or 10 things that would be green flags that would make a guy a good boyfriend or whatever to a chick, right? So let's get into it. Number one, and this is like, if you like listen to my interviews with females, I always, or not always, but usually I ask this question somewhere along the lines. I used to just start off asking this question in the interviews, but more importantly, like I'd be asking this question in real life. Like, this is like one of the first things that I try to ask a female or get from her if I'm interested in her, like exclusively to be my girlfriend or whatever. All right, so the first thing is, does she have a good relationship with her father? So in real life, I wouldn't just blurt that out because, you know, the attention might offend the girl. So I'll just get on the topic of fathers or something like that, and somehow I get her to start talking about her relationship with her father, right? All right, so guys, a green flag, right? Number one, I think this should be number one green flag, because if this one ain't right, you probably shouldn't even bother looking for the rest of them, right? So does she have a good relationship with her father? You know what I'm saying? Do they still speak? Have always spoke? Was he always there? Like, I don't want to hear none of that. Oh yeah, I started talking to my father at 16 and we have a good relationship now. Nah, dude. I'm not talking about a good present relationship with her father alone. I'm talking about always had a good relationship with her father. So if this chick was raised by her father, primarily in the same house with the mother, okay, that is a green flag, right? Father was always in her life, green flag, all right? Next one, moving on. I try to talk about like men that I respect and men that I admire, try to see if that chick actually admires and respects any men. Does she have uncles that she admires and respects? Does she read books by male authors? That's a good one. If you got a girl that's attractive and feminine, but for whatever reason, she actually reads a lot of books that were written by men, that would be a sign that she respects and admires male psychology, or the problem-solving abilities of males, the perspectives, the philosophies of intelligent men. That is a very good sign, right? Okay, so let's just summarize it to, does she respect and admire good men? That is a definite green flag. That means that she has the ability and the capacity to acknowledge as well as appreciate you being a good man and you having good traits and good qualities, right? So they won't go in vain. Next, so number three, does she watch doesn't watch destructive television or media, right? So this is also very important because, guys, we are what we eat. right? In every sense of the word, we are what we consume. So mentally, what we read and what we watch affects us. The foods and the liquids that we put in our body, obviously, you know what I mean, affect us. So, you know, we are a product and a result of what we consume, right? So if she's watching like the Housewives of whatever city, I don't follow that shit, but I know it's all negative, it's all destructive, it's all gossipy, drama, bullshit. Does she like soap operas and novellas? You know what I'm saying? So you get my point. Does she watch like negative program, like, you know, destructive bullshit, right? If that entertains her, so okay, so a green flag is she does not consume destructive media or negative or destructive media. Okay, so number 4, the 4th green flag that I got on here is she stays away from drama and gossip. And I know you're probably thinking, wait, isn't it the same thing? That's not really not the same thing. Because yes, drama and gossip could be entertaining, but what I mean by that is, does she like interact with people that are into drama and gossip? Does she like to hang out with girls? That's all they want to talk about. And also, when she comes home from work or school or whatever, is what she wants to tell you about her day somebody else's drama or some gossip? And if you're talking about somebody you know or whatever, and it's like it sort of could be gossip a little bit, like it's kind of going in that direction, or you're talking about some bullshit and it's kind of like drama and she's interested in that. So a green flag, another green flag, or green flag number 4, is she stays away from drama and gossip. Like it doesn't even, like, not only does it not interest her, but she doesn't, you know, it turns her off. Like she doesn't even want to hear any bullshit like that. And she avoids women that are into that shit, right? Okay, number 5, 5th green flag I have here is that she doesn't have male friends and she doesn't have many female friends. And the female friends that she does have are day one friends, you know, like chicks that she grew up with, like cousins, you know what I'm saying, sister, whatever. The point is, she doesn't have many male friends or none at all. And the female friends that she does have is based on substance. You know what I mean? They're like actual friends, they're real friends, not just we hang out together because we're into the same material bullshit, or we hang out together because we look alike, or we hang out together because of proximity or whatever like that. The point is her relationships with other females aren't frivolous or, you know, materialistic or shallow or whatever. So you get what I'm trying to say, right? Let's move on to number 6. So the 6th green flag that I have here, guys, is that she has very few previous partners. And I know you guys are thinking, women lie about their body count, blah, blah, blah. I get it. You guys got to be good at reading in between the lines. But an easy way to be able to be confident that a girl has had very few partners, I guess you guys like when I give my personal experience. Like, for example, my woman, she's 30, you know, and I tell people real quick, like, yo, that's post-wall, right? But number 1, I'm 40. And I also do tell guys, you kind of want a girl that's about a decade younger than you. If you're, you know, 30, if you're like over 30, you kind of want a girl that's like a decade younger than you if you're talking about long term, because you want her to obviously maintain value and have plenty more, you know, prime years to give you. And you also want her to be trainable, coachable, and you want her not to be bringing baggage and resentment from her past and past relationships. Now, like I said, my girl might be 30, but here's the thing. My girl was married for over 7 years, and she was married very young, right? Do the math. You know what I'm saying? Do the math. So if she's like 30 now, she was married for over 7 years. Just think about this. She was with that dude from she was very, very young. She got married young, and she was with him for that time. And of course, didn't cheat on him. So think about how few of partners she's had in comparison to the average woman her age, who has probably had many years that she was single or casually dating or whatever, right? And racked up a body count. So a good way to kind of be confident that you can trust that this chick has a low body count is if she's only had long-term relationships. So that's also there, but it's, you know, it's in the same, what is that, number 6? Yeah, so number 6 is she has very few previous partners and her past relationships were all long-term. That is another green flag, guys, all right? Keep that body count low when you're looking to have a girl that you're gonna be with long term, or make your main, or be committed to, or whatever, right? Low body count, very important. Number 7, she has no unhealthy addictions. Okay, now this is very important for several reasons. Obviously, you want her to be healthy, but it also shows intelligence, it shows discipline, character, strong willpower, right? If someone has no unhealthy addictions. So if she does have unhealthy addictions, the issue is that now she's practicing cognitive dissonance, because if she knows that cigarettes are bad, but she smokes cigarettes, you know what I mean? If she thinks that there's nothing wrong with drinking alcohol, like, that means you got a dumb chick on your hand. All right, so I'm sorry to tell you guys, if you think it's cool to be drinking a lot of alcohol, you're tripping. Alcohol doesn't benefit the body, and it's destructive to the body. So it's an unhealthy addiction if you're doing it. In my opinion, if you're drinking if you're drinking at all, it's unhealthy, right? But let's face it, people do drink recreationally. But anyway, let's not get off track. The point is, her having no unhealthy addictions is a green flag, right? Like I said, it shows discipline, intelligence, and it also shows that she has character and strong will, and she's not easily swayed by the public, her peers, and society, and culture, or whatever. It means that it's like she doesn't do things because she doesn't want to do them, which means she probably does things because she does want to do them. So that's just a good sign. Anyway, moving on. Number 8, she's happy and lucky, right? That sounds so simple, but it makes a big difference. You want your woman to be pleasant, and you want your woman to always be optimistic and looking for good things and good opportunities, have a positive mindset, and manifesting positive shit. That's what you want. If she is the opposite of that, which is unhappy or unlucky, you need to avoid her as you need to avoid men that are unhappy and unlucky. You do not want to be around miserable people. You don't want to be around people that shit just keeps on happening to them and they don't know why and all that kind of bullshit. Now get the fuck up out of there, bro. Okay, everything's energy. You don't need to be around anybody with bad energy that constantly has bad shit coming into their lives. Next thing you know, every minute you got to help them with something, you got to do favors, and every time you talk to them, they got a problem, they got an issue. You don't want those people. You want the opposite, right? So you want a chick that's upbeat, always happy, good things always happening for her, whatever, yada, yada, yada. So happy, positive, and lucky is a green flag. All right? And you should be able to tell that from the first date, bro. If you're on a date with a chick and she'd rather complain about shit than talk about positive, happy shit, then, she's not gonna brighten you up if she's a Debbie Downer. So the next one is 9. The 9th green flag is she takes care of you when you are, sick, right? So if you got a chick that she cares about your health, she will always remind you to take your vitamins and baby, are you drinking enough water? Just whatever. She's just always thinking about your mental health, your physical health, your emotional health, your well-being. She just randomly just rubs your back and says, how are you? Are you good? You're good, baby. She's just always checking on you. You're good. Everything's good. You know what I mean? So, and then also if you're sick for whatever reason or something, she'll drop whatever she's doing to be there for you. See, and I want you guys to pay attention to this because it sounds simple or whatever. This is very important because how many of you guys can think of times when you've had plans with a girl or you're with a girl or whatever, and she'll drop everything to go run to her friend. Oh, my friend needs me. Wait, what are you talking about? Oh, my friend needs me. I gotta go. Sorry, I gotta cancel. Or I gotta go or whatever. My friend needs me. Your friend needs you to do what? My friend needs me. She needs me to be there. What the fuck does that mean? What are you gonna go over there to do? I'm gonna go over there to be there. She needs me. Yeah, what does she need you to do? You're gonna go over there and do what? How are you gonna help her with her problem? You're an asshole. I'm going to be there for my friend. I'm going to support my friend. So if a chick has that type of energy to just be by her female friend's side and not actually be fucking doing anything to solve any type of problem, now think of it for a second. Now what if you needed something? What if you needed her to be by your side or whatever? Because as a guy, unless you're a weak ass dude, you wouldn't want a chick to be there for you just to be there. You'd want her to actually do something. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so when you're in a time of need, does she basically drop what she's doing, you know, put her friends, family, and herself aside to make sure that she can assist you in any way possible and get you back 100%, right? So that's a definite green flag. And the last one, number 10, is that she prefers to sweet talk you and to flirt with you and to love bomb you to get you to do what she wants, right? If she wants you to do something, instead of nagging you to do it, right, she would rather, you know, talk to you softly, you know, sweet talk you and, you know, flirt with you, bat her eyes and, you know what I'm saying, maybe give you some head, you know, you guys get what I'm trying to say. If her strategy to get what she wants is to like cater to you and to love bomb you, that's actually a good thing. So most women, when they want you to do something, they nag you, they keep nagging you and bothering you about it. And they might give you the silent treatment, or they might give you attitude, or they might try to refuse you sex and all this other type of bullshit. So that's a toxic, you know, and I don't even like using that word because chicks misuse that word, but I use it properly. You know, that's a toxic strategy where both parties lose in order to kind of coerce you to do what she wants you to do. Because the problem isn't being manipulative. Manipulative is not a negative or positive word. It's just whatever connotation you're using it in. So for her to sweet talk you and flirt with you and even give you some extra good, unexpected roadhead or something, that is a form of manipulation. But think about it, it's a healthy form of manipulation rather than her throwing a temper tantrum and, you know, trying to assassinate your character or attack you with words that is, you know, trying to hurt your feelings or something, or she's trying to deprive you of sex or any of that other dumb shit. She's acting up. That is a very fucked up, negative, toxic way to try to get you to do what she wants. And it's a terrible pattern in the road that you don't want to go down. So anyway, you're welcome. I just actually gave you guys an outline of 10 things. There's plenty more things, but I just gave you, you know, at least 10 things that you can kind of use, you know, as a checklist to differentiate a girl that's just feminine, you know what I mean, just, you know, cooperative or whatever, just submissive, because I think that's how women should be already, and if they're not like that, why would you be attracted to her in the first place? So I feel like that's all basic stuff. For you to be interested in a girl as a girlfriend or in a, you know, in a relationship, and she doesn't already come feminine and submissive and cooperative, like, what are we even talking about, dude? You shouldn't even be thinking about these 10 things on this list because she didn't meet the basic ass requirements, right? So anyway, so I gave you guys kind of something to look for if you're interested in having a good woman or a good girlfriend, a quality girlfriend, because I feel like in this space, nobody's even actually telling you what to look for. All they're telling you is all the things not to look for. All they're doing is telling you the things that's wrong with women, not even telling you what are the things that should be extra good about a woman, where you could put her up higher than other women. All right, guys, so you're fucking welcome. Work on you. Make sure that you actually bring enough to even be desiring those things, and then also learn how to teach and coach a woman into giving these things, because you can't do it verbally. With women, it's really not going to work verbally. You have to kind of like, well, I'll get into that a whole nother time. That's when I'll make a video about to try to show you guys how to like even inspire those qualities in a chick, because maybe she didn't already come, you know, coached or trained. All right, peace.